And let's get you the latest update coming in from Taipei. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is speaking at the Taiwan Parliament, and here's her message to Taiwan. She's saying that we want to increase inter-parliamentary dialogue. And that is the first picture that you see on your screens of Nancy Pelosi dressed in the white suit, making her way into the parliament, accompanied by Taiwanese lawmakers who recognize the extreme importance, the significance of Nancy Pelosi's visit to their parliament. You can see in their masks as well, they're wearing the true colors, the Taiwanese colors as well as the American flag colors, and walking, accompanying Nancy Pelosi, realizing the historic significance of this moment. To get you some of the highlights of what Nancy Pelosi is saying, she's saying we want to increase inter-parliamentary dialogue. The purpose of this visit is the security of our people. She's referring to global security. She also talks about economics and governance. We want to listen and learn from you on how to go ahead together. That's the message coming in from Nancy Pelosi right now at the Taiwan Parliament. This is a moment that's hugely symbolic for the United States, for Taiwan and for China. We're not happy at all with what's happening, which is what's led to this huge escalation, because they've said very clearly, we won't sit idly by. We will act militarily if there's a need, if Nancy Pelosi decides to touch down in Taipei. And she decided not to change her schedule at all. Last night is when she landed. She has in fact got a number of extremely crucial meetings lined up today. In about 1 hour from now, she's also expected to interact with the media.
I accept all the kind words that you said about me on behalf of the Congress of the United States, because all of that was done in a very strong bipartisan way in support of Taiwan. When you say that I'm a good friend of Taiwan, I take that as a great compliment, but I receive it on behalf of my colleagues. You acknowledged you mentioned them at the beginning, but I'm very proud of the distinguished party that has come with us. We have three purposes. One is security for our people, global security. Two is economics, to spread as much prosperity as possible. And three is governance.
So that was the message from Nancy Pelosi. Some of the highlights that we're getting you here on India Today. Our Foreign Affairs Editor, Geeta Mohan, is joining us with more details on this. Geeta, even as China is clearly seeing red over this visit by Nancy Pelosi, she's speaking about global security, about global peace, and ensuring that every citizen has a voice in this world.
Well, that's right. They are trying to hit a conciliatory note when it comes to the visit of Nancy Pelosi, Akshita, because Taiwan is a red line for China, and U.S. in many ways and one has indeed crossed it. But it is a stand that has been taken, a very strong stand and a strong message, with the third highest ranking government official of the U.S. visiting Taiwan. But in the same breath, the U.S. is also saying that they are not in violation of the One China policy, and that this visit is only a visit by the speaker, not by a representative of the U.S. government. China, on its part, has already said that they consider an official visit. There's nothing unofficial about the U.S. House Speaker visiting Taiwan, and therefore there would be consequences. Pelosi over here talking about global security, food security, growth, prosperity, but China certainly has already started moving and mobilizing the warplanes, tanks, armored vehicles surrounding Taiwan. There would be live fire exercises and military drills in the coming days. So tensions are going to soar in the region, and tensions between Taiwan and China are going to certainly soar. U.S. White House spokesperson in a statement today also said that this visit should be considered one where there is, which is not an official one, and also one that is not in violation of the One China policy. Therefore, there should not be any increase or a situation that would lead to conflict between either Taiwan and China or U.S. and China.
You know, it's interesting to see how the United States is reacting. Essentially, their message to China is calm down. There's absolutely nothing to get worked up about. But, China very clearly here, Geeta, is sending out a message that this is not okay with them. Nancy Pelosi touching down in Taiwan has essentially led to a lot of escalation, because China has issued one warning after another and then conducted military drills as well. Just to round up all that's happened for our viewers through the night, tensions have essentially escalated after Nancy Pelosi touched down in Taipei, which is the capital of Taiwan. China has put its defense ministry on high alert and also threatened targeted military action. According to the Chinese media, the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, is set to launch important military exercises and training activities, including live fire drills in the sea and air. The Chinese military has said it will conduct important military exercises and training activities surrounding Taiwan. 21 Chinese military aircraft entered Taiwan's airspace after Pelosi landed in Taipei. I'm sure you've seen some of the reports on this. First, there was a claim that yes, China had done it. Taiwan denied it, but now Taiwan has confirmed that yes, these Chinese aircraft entered into our air defense zone. China has also announced a test launch of conventional missiles and long-range live firing in the Taiwan Strait, along with the other military drills. They also lashed out at the United States, claiming that this visit by Nancy Pelosi was a serious violation of the One China principle and that the United States was attempting to use Taiwan to contain China, to send out a message to Beijing. The U.S., on the other hand, has in fact stood firm on this visit to Taiwan, maintaining Nancy Pelosi has all the right to go ahead and visit the island nation. Pelosi in fact taunted China by saying that the United States supports Taiwan's democracy and opposes efforts to change the status quo. There's no clearer message than that from Nancy Pelosi.